Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into something that literally every single educator carries into the classroom with them, whether they realize it or not. We're pulling from Ian Moore's absolutely incredible newsletter, The Invisible Curriculum, to really unpack the massive, and honestly often completely unseen cost of our own beliefs. Okay, let's dive into this. Seriously, I want you to take a second and really think about this question. What is your lack of belief quietly costing you in your classroom right now? I mean, is it eating up your valuable time? Is it costing you stronger relationships with your kids? Or maybe it's standing in the way of better results. You know, every single success and failure in education ties directly back to what we believe.
Section 1. A dangerous reality check.
So in the newsletter, Ian shares this incredibly jarring encounter he had with a superintendent down in Arkansas. And she just flat out told him she hated her job. And why? Well, she said she hated teaching what she actually called the 4Bs every day after school, the below basic black boys. Let that sit for just a second. That wasn't just some fleeting, intrusive thought. That is literally how a leader referred to her own students. It just goes to show that beliefs are active forces, right? They dictate exactly how children get treated every single day. And this brilliantly illustrates how deception kind of works in our own minds. I'm just being realistic. Those four words feel so grounded, don't they? They don't sound cruel at all. They just feel reasonable. But if you let them, those exact words will permanently cap a student's potential before they even have a chance to try. Section 2. 3 levels of belief. Now, the good news here is that belief is actually one of the very few things you have total 100% power to control. And there are 3 main pillars you really need to focus on: belief in yourself, belief in your students, and belief in the profession itself. These 3 levels, they determine the actions you actually take in the classroom, or honestly, the actions you never end up taking.
Let's move to and see how this builds into our first pillar, belief in yourself. Look, teaching is hard, we all know that, but we have to consciously guard our minds so we don't let the defeat of one single terrible day convince us that we're losing the war of the entire year. You absolutely have to believe that you are the person who can create the exact outcomes the year demands.
Our second pillar brings up kind of a harsh reality. Your beliefs walk right into the classroom with you. Think back to that Arkansas superintendent for a minute. When we harbor internal thoughts that certain kids are quote-unquote dumb or useless, those beliefs don't just stay hidden inside our heads. No way. They manifest almost instantly in your tone of voice, your expectations, and even how quickly you respond to a raised hand.
And finally, we have the third pillar, your belief about the profession. It is so incredibly easy, especially right now, to let social media noise about low wages, tough working conditions, and a lack of support just completely overshadow everything else. We've got to actively protect our mindset. We have to stay focused on the real mission, that noble, totally life-changing work of education that brought us all here in the first place.
Speaking of vital support for that mission, the source material actually highlights an amazing resource called IEP Sensei. So if you're working in special education or administration or advocacy, this organization exists entirely to close the knowledge gap. They help ensure that IEP meetings are legally sound, adequately funded, and, most importantly, an actually fair fight for the student. It's just a really brilliant example of putting action right in line with belief.
Section 3. The belief audit.
So how do we actually put all this into practice? Well, we take control of the controllables using a super simple exercise. At the end of every single day, I want you to finish this exact sentence. Today, my beliefs became visible when I, and then just fill in that blank. Don't overthink it at all. Just use it to spot the patterns in your own behavior as the week goes on. Because the absolutely crucial point here is exactly what Ian Moore so perfectly puts. Belief is the first curriculum every teacher teaches. I really want to let those words sink in for a second. This should completely reframe your entire view of the teaching profession. Before you ever teach math or reading or science, you are teaching your beliefs to the room. So I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question to chew on all week. What beliefs do you hold about yourself, your students, and your profession that you have never voiced out loud? I challenge you to confront that hidden identity. Do a real audit of your own mind, find those invisible beliefs, and finally take control of the curriculum we're actually bringing into your classroom.